Arsene, you could maybe see on Sunday that the players have played an awful lot of games, maybe fatigue is a bit of an issue. Will you be tempted with Manchester City in mind as well to maybe rest and rotate a little bit, or you can't afford to do that?
We can't afford to do anything, we just rotate a little bit sometimes, but never more than 2-3 players, because the stability in the squad is important. When you play so many games, sometimes in one game you have a feeling that the legs are a bit tired, but sometimes the game after that they surprise you again, you know, and everybody has recovered. So we at the moment have a stable squad, and in some positions I rotate a bit more than in others where the stability is more important. But overall we have no major sign of fatigue medically.
You've had some tough draws in the last 16, especially last season, which was really a direct result of finishing second. Does that put a different perspective on the absolute importance of finishing top?
Well, our priorities are quite simple. First, qualify, if possible, top. But for me, the most important is to qualify. If we can finish top, it's even better.
How do you factor in the crowd and the atmosphere in a place like this, which can be very, very intimidating? English teams have struggled here in the past. How do you factor that in? Because it's something that's slightly chaotic.
That's part of the big games that we know how to deal with that, because you have that everywhere, and we played everywhere in Europe, and we are used to this kind of atmospheres. You know, when you go from Fenerbahce to Dortmund, you are used to this kind of atmospheres.
Earlier on, Rafa Benitez described you as the best coach in the Premier League. Does that kind of recognition from a European Cup winning manager mean a great deal to you? And secondly, how do you assess your season so far?
I take it as a compliment that I don't take too seriously as well, because I never knew what it means to be the best. I think you can say that for all the 20 coaches in the Premier League. And but we battle against each other for a while. And how our season has gone so far? Well, because we have a good defensive record. We have a good offensive record as well. And the attitude of the players is, for me, absolutely focused, ambitious. And that is what pleases me very much, of course, because that shows that the players want to do well until the end of the season. We have our usual game, you know. We'll try to take the ball, take control of the ball, and try to play our game. And for Higuain, I think it's a player that you have to keep quiet, because he's of course very dangerous, and the more we can play outside the box, the better it will be, the easier it will be for us to keep him quiet.
When you look back on the summer, there was obviously your interest in Higuain, but when you look back, are you happy that things ended the way they did, with Higuain here, Ozil with you, or could it have been possible to get them both?
That's a question that is very difficult to answer a day before a game like that. Am I happy with the player I got in Ozil? Very much.
Would it have been possible to get him had you signed Higuain?
There was a lot of statements who were not true about Higuain, but I think he has joined Benitez. He's in good hands, and he shows that he's a great striker. We have Giroud, who shows as well that he's a great striker.
We seem to ask you this every week, but do these next 3 games, particularly tomorrow and the Man City game and the Chelsea game, will they define the rest of your season?
Tomorrow's game certainly, because after it's to be in the Champions League or not. The 2 other games, not definitely, because we are 5 points ahead, and overall championship is a marathon. We will be in the race no matter what happens, but it will show our strengths, hopefully. And but tomorrow is a decider, that's for sure.